welcome to the Solution Podcast.
Welcome everyone. Welcome, man.
Salute.
We are back with episode called "Are Modern Men Incels?" We're going to be looking into this in depth to find out the answer. Big shout out to everyone, new subscriptions and people watching and commenting. Check out the description below for all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble channel. Got the Clips channel, and yeah, we're everywhere. So check us out.
Leave a comment, guys. Leave a comment, man. Leave a comment. Support the channel.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
I hope you guys. Yeah, I hope you guys liked the last episode as well, because the last episode was fire.
Right, so let's get into it. Like, are modern men incels? And I think first off,
Shall we start with a little reaction?
To tackle this,
Yeah.
I think let's hear a little definition first of incels.
All right, this is the best one I found. What is an incel? So first of all, incel stands for involuntarily celibate. So involuntarily, that's implying that you're celibate, and it's not by choice. Yeah. So to elaborate, so an incel is a member of a group of people on the internet who are unable to find sexual partners despite wanting them, and who express hate towards people whom they blame for this. So if they believe you're the reason why they're celibate involuntarily, they got smoke for you guys.
They're basically avoiding accountability.
That's exactly what it is.
So they're blaming other people for their own inabilities. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and that is a scary thought that they're in. I reckon. Yeah, that's a scary place to be. Yeah, especially for a man. It's just, I mean, for a woman as well, but it's a scary place.
But it's all about looking at the causes. Why?
For real, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's like we can say that, but that's too plain.
Yeah,
it's like, why would you reach that conclusion? Like, why would you reach that hatred?
Yeah,
it's basically, are things that bad?
Why did you know what I mean, get to this point?
Yeah,
where you hate women because of your you hate women because of your inadequacies.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
I think it's bad information or lack of information. So they've brought into some information which was bad and not good, like which it was like deceiving, like thinking that it's other people's fault that they're celibate when it's down to them. So the lack of accountability part or they just don't know. They've seen some information. These guys, they don't go outside much. They spend a lot of time online. So they're not really acknowledging the outside world, reality, how the rules happens in the real world. So they think, so just imagine someone at home playing computer, watching Netflix or whatever all day. They get this incel information and there's no other reference point. And then they connect with other guys in the community with the same ideology, and then now you got the incel group,
the same social problems.
Yeah.
And all that.
So let me get this right. Yeah. They want sex.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's the first problem. Yeah. You're focused on sex.
Yeah.
That's the first problem right there.
Yeah.
Which implies there's a hookup culture.
Yeah.
So where are they getting this
from the environment?
So
peer pressure.
So you have an environment that provides them with hookup culture.
Yeah.
And then you have
the modern world,
them pursuing the hookup culture. They obviously are.
Yeah.
And once they find out that for some reason, they are not successful in the hookup culture, they develop this hatred for this hookup culture. So to me, I'm looking at their motivations. So the motivations is already off. It's already wrong.
Yeah.
As a man, you're chasing sex.
Yeah.
Which you should never be doing.
Yeah. So that's society's fault.
But they're kind of chasing what they see on TV, in the media.
This is the culture of our society.
Yeah,
hookup culture.
And also it seems like they're stuck in the matrix, because if that's what you're convinced you should do, you don't know what the reality is.
But that's dangerous. But that's what you just said is dangerous, because if you don't hold them accountable, they can use that as an excuse to carry on feeling the way they're feeling. So, for example, they can always say, "Oh, it's not me. It's the hookup culture.
Yeah,
it's the hookup culture that made me feel this way. It's the hookup culture that made me think this way."
Yeah.
So now, because to me that sounds like a person that doesn't want to be held accountable.
Yeah.
First of all, you shouldn't be chasing after women. You should be building yourself up as a man.
That way.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Everyone knows if you're chasing after women, things are not going to end up well for you. Okay? You're going to lose money. You're going to lose a lot of time chasing women.
Yeah.
You're going to lose a lot. And if you are not what women tend to find attractive, then you're just going to lose out. You know what I mean? You're going to lose out. You're going to lose more than the guy that's, that women consider to be attractive to some level. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're not 6 foot something, if you're not what and whatnot, if you're not fit and super what, you know what I'm saying? And this is what you're pursuing, if this is what you're prioritizing, which is sex. So just that alone to me tells me that your motivation is off. It's completely off.
You're defeated already.
You're defeated already.
On the wrong track
you shouldn't be chasing women. You should be doing something else with your life. So why are you prioritizing women over building yourself up as a man? Because we all know that once you build yourself up as a man, what do women find attractive? Women find a man's ability to protect and provide attractive. So if you really wanted to be attractive to women, that's what you should be chasing.
Add value to yourself.
Exactly. You should be chasing that rather than the woman. But they're not doing that.
So we've got to ask ourselves, where are these kids' parents? What is their, in particularly, where's their dad or big bro, the elder in there, the male leadership in their family, to look at them, see they're unsociable, socially awkward, and just give them a slap, or a nudge, and let them and educate them on the way, how their perception is not the right way. Like, who is in their life to tell them these kind of things?
I know what you're saying, and I think a lot today we see a lot of parents give iPhones and iPads to their kids. What happened with these kids, I think, when they were growing up, it was just like stuck in front of the TV. Mother's working, father's working. No one really cares about them. They're on the internet all day.
Not really being nurtured.
And it just, I mean, we got this video basically, which I think is quite a good kind of introduction to the type of people these guys are.
We've been investigating the hidden online world of incels.
I have not interacted with a female that is not related to me in over 3 years.
They're mostly young men, usually virgins, who can't find a romantic or sexual partner.
I must become more attractive. It's my last chance.
But on the extreme end, some incels are becoming more menacing.
There was quite a few women that I did want to break their nose so they would be ugly.
Where staunch incels blame women and attractive men for the reason why they're not in a relationship.
Around 60 terror attacks that can be linked to incel actors.
We wanted to know who these incels were, what they believed in, and just how extreme it could get. In this 2-part investigation, we gain access to a world that is usually closed off, especially to women.
Damn, that's crazy.
Before we start this story, we want to let you know that it contains violent and distressing content, including references to sexual violence and racist slurs. We're on our way to meet 5 incels who we've been chatting to online for about a month now. They usually chat to each other in forums and in servers, but today they're meeting up. And they're letting us join.
She looks excited.
One of them, who we'll call Tom, is well known in the community for building a server, which is kind of like an online chat room. He's agreed to meet us first at a hotel.
There is most likely not a single female on the planet that would be willing to date me.
That's the problem right there. Just the attitude of scarcity, of limited. Not one single woman is attracted to him. Like 8 billion people on the planet, half of these are most likely women. Not one.
I call that entitlement.
That's delusional.
That's being entitled.
Okay,
Facts.
right. Delusional how?
Delusional.
On whose part? On
First of all, it's a statement of, it's not a statement of fact.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't met all these women.
Yeah.
Second of all, no women like, a woman doesn't have to like him. No woman has to
that entitlement.
Like, they don't have to like you, bro.
Yeah,
If they like you, they like you. You know what I mean? But they are not forced. They shouldn't be forced to like you just because you are a man. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all know that we have to become attractive to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
This is why men won't go with certain women because I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to you like that when it comes to raising a family and so on and so forth. Yeah. So no one is entitled to
that's the problem.
to have to get the opposite sex to like them. No one is entitled to that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like you can't go around rounding up women, forcing them.
You must like me because I'm a man. Like what
like
kind of mentality is that?
Like it's the expectancy to reap where you haven't sown.
Yeah,
like you haven't done nothing of value to deserve a woman. Like, why is he expecting to just have a woman just like that? Like, where did he get that idea from? How come nobody corrected him on that? That's what I'm trying to say.
It's quite narcissistic, really.
Very.
Yeah, it's almost like it's being confirmed in the social circles that they're getting together in.
Yeah. Like these guys really believe they're entitled to just get a woman just because they're men, just like that, without considering how things work in the real world. Yeah. So they're delusional.
And they make themselves believe that these women don't like them.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't met that you... I mean, how many women do people really meet in their lives?
Yeah.
For you to develop this idea that most women won't like you. And
they're staying on the internet as well. They're not going outside.
Yeah.
So that's reinforcing this perception. Women don't like me. You're not even going outside. You're not even trying.
But it's
there's no proof.
Exactly. Where's the hard work, the effort you've put in to get a woman?
But the thing is, it's like, why are you chasing after women?
That as well.
Why are you doing that? Why are you not working on yourself?
Yeah.
Why are you not becoming the most attractive male, being productive, developing yourself? The women are the byproducts of that. It's you attract women through that. There's a reason, when men go to the clubs, right? You will see there's a small selection of men that are in the VIP areas. That part, you see them coming with the fast cars and all of that. That's what women flock to. But go inside the actual club on the main floor. You'll see most men there. There's probably loads of them. There's loads of them. You will see. What does that tell you? That tells you that the guys that pulled up with a car worked on their attraction. They had to get the money to get the car. They had to dress a certain way to get. They had to look after them to get the what they want. They are in the VIP areas.
It's an accomplishment.
If you are part of the 100 guys on the dance floor, and you're not getting any, most guys don't. When they go clubbing, most guys don't. 90% of them don't. It's only that very small 10%. But they had to work to get to that level. He's not even thinking in those terms.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for you to get on that level, it requires you not to think about women. It requires you to think about what you want as a man.
And adding value to yourself.
And that's what will attract women. So why is he focused on women?
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody needs to tell these people this. I don't think they've heard this message.
Can anyone become an incel, or is it specific only to a certain type of man?
I would argue that most men are incels today.
Do you think that's like the natural starting point of a man, is to be an incel, and
no,
it's up to him to work himself out of it?
No, historically speaking, no. It's never been like that. This is a new phenomenon. But most men today are incels because they are prioritizing sex over family. They are prioritizing sex over building themselves up as a man. They are prioritizing sex. They are prioritizing everything the hookup culture promotes. They are prioritizing that over what makes them attractive, which is, if you work hard on yourself, that builds up your masculinity. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say red pill are incels as well?
If that's what they're prioritizing,
then
that makes them incels. Incels. Look. Okay. We just looked at this guy, right?
Yeah.
what is this? We saw the entitlement. We saw the narcissism.
Yeah.
We saw how this guy talks. It's almost like, you know, like there's no women in the planet. It's like they should find me attractive. I'm hearing so much entitlement from this guy. Yeah.
But it also sounds like a young teenager who just thinks everything's against him and hasn't experienced the world yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Hasn't experienced any gains of any sort.
Yeah. I can imagine these kids have been actually spoiled in their childhood, given everything under the sun by their, you know, co-working parents, but not teaching them the values of morals and life and stuff. And then they grow older and have this expectation of things just being given to them. Well, and don't have the social skills to go out and hunt, go out and get.
Most families today don't raise their children with moral foundations. Yeah. They don't. So yes, you're absolutely right. They don't have that moral foundation to say, you know, okay, I shouldn't be chasing after women. I should be focusing on something else. Most young men are basically being raised with everything. The new religion is the internet and what this culture promotes. That's what they wake up to. That's what they entertain themselves with. That's what that's what they pray to. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they want that the fast cars. They want all of that. That's their religion. That's what people follow. They follow this new religion, this new culture. So no wonder why they think the way they do.
Yeah, and in answer to your question, can anyone become an incel? It can happen to anyone. It's a mental mind state. It goes from loneliness to resentment to misery, and then misery finds company. So it starts small as fear and deception, and then that you can't get a woman, that like resources is limited, and you feel rejected. You get disconnected with society, and then you start disbelieving in the society, so you stop valuing society, and that's what leads to like the violence and the extreme.
It's like a snowball effect. It just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, so like I feel like it starts off like in modern society, men are promiscuous, and then it leads to them being, I don't know, they go through all the red pill stuff, then they go to men going their own way. And then the snowball gets worse and darker. Eventually, it leads to incel.
Imagine being told you can, you know, do what thy will, right? Imagine being told you can do whatever you feel, right? Because the opposite to that is a moral foundation, like a religion that tells you, no, you shouldn't do that. That's wrong. Blah blah blah. So that's the opposite to that. But imagine growing up in this culture, in this society, and you're almost told you can do whatever you want. And then you enter the sexual marketplace because you're being told that this is what's going on. And you're not getting what you want. And you start, it's like 1 + 1 should equal 2. Why is the math not, you know what I mean? It's not, the math is not working out. So that's what's happening. It's like, you've developed, because you're being taught you can have anything you want. Because you're being taught you can do whatever you want to do. Now you've developed literally a narcissistic way of thinking.
Do what they will.
You see what I'm saying? I deserve this. That's where this entitlement is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Women don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So therefore I have the right to be angry. You know what I mean? Like that's quite dangerous. A woman doesn't like me, so therefore I have the right to be angry. She has every right not to bloody like you. You know what I mean? Go and approach another woman. She might like you. Why are you chasing after women? Can you, like, back in the days, a man would approach someone, like a man that was interested in a woman, because he would have to face the father first. And he understood that unless he had a job, unless he had things in place that could protect and provide, he's not taking his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll come to the house, say, yeah, I'm interested in your woman, in your daughter. Look, I work. No, so the father wants to know, what do you do? I know I work hard, you know, I do this, I do that, you know what I'm saying? I want to know if you can take it. So that's the value
himself,
there. He's bringing value. He's saying, I work, I do this, you know, that I'm this and I'm that. And then the father says, okay, all right.
You're responsible.
You're responsible. I can trust you. You see what I'm saying?
His daughter.
Then he analyzes his character, see what kind of guy he is, and then he makes a final decision. But these guys ain't growing up like that.
But I think incel is a particular route to nowhere, and along the way you mentioned red pill and men going their own way. which is a little bit different because men going their own way. It's like they're almost going to the incel route.
Yeah.
And if they hit men going their own way, they'll think, I'm just going to forget about women. I actually don't care about women.
Yeah.
I'm just going to forget about them and concentrate on this, whatever this may be, their job or their business or whatever.
Yeah.
Red pill is all about self-improvement.
Yeah.
So that can actually bring people out of...
Yeah, so they haven't given up on women though.
No, but
they want to improve themselves to get women.
Yeah,
but so that can't make them incel.
Yeah, exactly. So these are like two ways out.
Yeah,
I think.
So it's like a subgroup of the manosphere.
Yeah.
That's how I understand.
Oh, men going their own way.
Yeah, all of them are subgroups of the whole manosphere. Like collectively, all of them is manosphere, and you got red pill, incels, the dark side, and there's others. Traditional men, I would say, is manosphere.
It's pretty much modern men, isn't it?
Yeah, modern men is
and I think
a traditional man is not a modern man, though, is it?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
because he raises.
No.
Now, traditional man raises his family according to certain values.
Yeah.
And
still believes in marriage.
He believes in marriage.
That's the main thing.
He you know what I mean? And he makes sure that his family lives lives according to those values. You know what I'm saying? And he himself is an example of those values. That's a traditional man. Most men are not even being raised like that no more.
Yeah.
Who is to blame for the rise of the incel culture?
Who is to blame?
Is it any one particular thing, do you
Feminism.
think? Or is it a massive twisted web of...
I think it's collectively, it's all of us, but more specifically... It's definitely the father of the children, and after that it's whoever else, like friends and community and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think it's whoever's the male leader of the family.
I think parents play a big role.
Yeah, because this is because the woman, the mother isn't going to be so disciplined. She's going to be more nurturing, and this is a discipline problem, which is what the dad usually provides. So I feel like it's the dad just dropping the ball, man.
I think it's the erosion of moral values, of traditional values in society, and that happened through certain ways. It happened through what society promotes, which is feminism. No one can deny at this point that everything that society promotes boils down to what feminism wanted society to promote. So it's that, and it's also our fault for engaging with it. Our fault for falling for it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because no one can deny that we don't have the choice. We have the choice. We have a choice to ever accept it or reject it. So we've had that choice, and we chose to accept it. We chose to indulge in everything that society promote that is wrong.
Yeah,
and that's basically who I would say is to blame. Everyone is to blame.
Yeah,
so the person that engages with this evil culture is just as much to blame as the culture that promotes this evil upon it. Everyone is to blame. Everyone needs to hold themselves accountable, identify the problem, look into yourself, look at society. You have to be realistic about everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And because if you keep blaming the other party, if you keep blaming the other side, all you're doing is basically not holding yourself accountable for your part in it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, you're
yeah. Like I've got this good point about how to make your community successful, and I've got like the 10 Jewish laws of a good economy.
Okay.
So this is a Jewish guy giving you, and the first law, which is what I'm going to mention, is just so beautiful. So the first Jewish law commandment of a successful economy, we all appreciate. Yeah, it's teach your son to make money and how to swim. So teach them how to make money, obviously to provide, and to swim, because it's a metaphor for life. Like life is you going through the ocean trying to stay above. So that's a draw. Like, where are these guys getting those kind of lessons from?
Yeah, but the thing is that the Jewish community has a family structure in place.
Yeah.
They don't get divorced.
That's the problem.
They don't get divorced. They have a faith that they trust in. They don't care if you believe in that faith or not.
Yeah.
They believe
They're
in
doing
it.
their
They
thing.
live according to their laws,
Learn
to
from them
their
people.
rules, and they help each other.
Yeah.
Because you will see one thing you find out with employers.
Yeah.
Employers like people that have families.
Yeah.
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 They
Even
trust them.
politics.
Like
as
when
well.
they see, when you
True.
say, "Yeah, I have a wife and I have children," woof,
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
he's living for something.
yeah.
That I can trust this guy.
Yeah.
I know this guy
Yeah.
is living for something. Is doing. He's
Yeah.
not gonna waste my time.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on time. He's gonna do what's right. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the amazing thing.
Yeah,
That's
I've
the
even
amazing.
used that in job
So
interviews.
if you have a community where there's no family, where the family is no longer intact, like the black community, if you have that, of course there's no trust. Of course you can't
Chaos.
because it's not intact. There's chaos because
Yeah.
there's no trust there.
Yeah.
No one trusts each other. How are you gonna build business? How are you gonna build
Exactly.
economy?
And that's the true
If you
problem.
as a community don't trust each other because you
That's the real problem.
you're gonna trust a guy that doesn't have a family. He's living for himself.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
These incels, they have to become men, okay? And there's
Well,
a
Jordan's
lot,
all about that. I mean, his whole message is that.
right. I just don't think that enforced monogamy has any factor whatsoever in that.
So I think he would say this, but I'm not his lawyer, but I think he used the phrase, all he meant was marriage, that generally societies, that more people are married
Okay, then
and
let's
people
just say
remain
it's married.
Right. So I
It's
think
not going to help.
I think perhaps if he was being interviewed again by her, he would use a different phrase.
But
Just-
even if he says marriage is not going to help incels. These guys that are involuntary celibates, they have to become attractive, so they have to become men.
well, the
So they
rest
have
of
to
his
have
message is
character.
about that.
But they have to do difficult things.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. They have to
Get your
build
shit together.
confidence, get your shit together. And martial arts, I think, is one of the best ways to do that. I've seen so
discipline.
many men that were like insecure and dorky, and they become fucking nerd assassins.
He's missing the point completely. He does it all the time, man.
What's that?
What are you saying?
The other guy's arguing that marriage helps society. Okay, probably will help an incel. Yeah, we say but you have to become attractive first. Yes, you're jumping. It's like that's a process. How do you think you get married?
Yeah.
you just heard on the other reaction that we did. The other guy talking about how he thinks no woman in the planet likes him. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like, bro, for you to get married, that means you have to be able to attract the woman in the first place. So when he's saying, no, marriage doesn't work. No, marriage works. He just doesn't like marriage. That's really what it is. He just hates marriage. Because if he was thinking critically, he would say, oh, damn, to get married. Because his argument is, no, you have to become attractive as a man and blah, 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 blah. Well, how else do you think you get married? How else do you think you get the woman? What do you think you're becoming attractive for? Is to get the woman, right? That's why you're working out, you're working hard, and you're building yourself up. It's for that reason. It's for you to attract the woman, right? So marriage is the pinnacle of it. Marriage is the end point. When a guy finally gets married, that's like I was attractive to this woman.
Yeah.
This woman liked me. That's the reason why that's right. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I think you're exposing his insecurity or disbelief in marriage.
No, he just doesn't like marriage because I believe that he promotes degeneracy.
Yeah, but a lot of modern men don't like marriage no more, and I feel like it's justified. But it even though I still believe in marriage, I would understand, given the results, that they disbelieve in marriage at the moment.
You just mentioned the Jewish community, right?
Yeah.
What do you see in the Jewish community? Why are they so successful? Why does everyone don't like the Jewish community? Why are they so successful, bro?
They stick to their values.
No, they get married. They all married.
Yeah, but they get married and they're
when you look at the most successful
they
communities,
do marriage good.
No, when you see it, the most successful communities, the hierarchies, the people at the top, they are married. They are 90% married.
Yeah.
When you look at the Jewish community, one thing they all have in common is marriage.
How's the divorce rate in their community? Do we know?
The divorce rate is very low.
Yeah, that's what they've got going on.
And I think it's a combination because they're married and they've got a strict set of laws to live by.
But
Yeah.
but that's what
through their
allows,
religion.
They got discipline, yeah.
But no,
Discipline.
But, Mo,
Yeah.
but that's what allows them to get married.
Yeah.
Is those moral values that
Yeah.
allows them to
Yeah.
get married and stay married because they believe in this. And this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But nothing goes against the fact that these people, the most successful people, the most successful groups are all married. And guess what? The ones who have the most to talk about are not married. The poorest are not married. The degenerates are never married. Isn't it funny? Even what's his name? Rolo Tomasi. He's married. He's quite successful, isn't he?
But it's not so like successful, not married.
So, but isn't it like, isn't men the ones not wanting to get married?
No,
at the moment.
No, it's not that. It's
Definitely, I would thought.
It's red pill pushing for an ideology. I'm sorry to say this will sound a bit controversial, but what you see is that people at the top, people that are promoting certain agendas or are part of certain agendas, I'm sorry, they want to keep people down.
Yeah.
And they promote ideology. They promote certain concepts. Like don't get married, and they have these reasons, and I understand the reasons. The reasons make sense, but the thing is, instead of saying, "Look, guys, marriage is a serious issue. Be careful when you have to marry. If you want to be, a strong community, you have to get married, but you have to prioritize not engaging in all, degeneracy and all of that, and making sure you really know who you're picking. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, if you're telling people not to, because I'm sorry to say, the most poorest people are not married. The degenerates in society are not married. So when you get red pill, like I said, I agree with 70% of what red pill says, but when you get red pill telling people not to get married, I'm looking at it like this. Hold on. But the brokest people, the less successful people are not married. And you're telling them not to get married?
It's strange because it's almost like the message is don't get married until you become successful.
That's
and
what
for men, that's much later in 30s, 40s.
No, it could actually be sooner. The problem is they don't have fathers that are teaching their kids, are on top of their kids. Let me tell you something. In the Jewish community,
like the Jewish,
the Jewish community, they start early.
Yeah.
They start early because the fathers are on top of them. They make sure these kids by 25, 28, they already got everything set up
for boys and girls.
And for boys, exactly. Everything.
We can learn a lot from them.
Yeah,
exactly.
but the girls are already waiting to get married. The girls are already waiting to get married, and the boys already have like it's all set up.
Yeah, not what
nicely.
we get when we're growing up, or most of the time in modern world, the girls are looking at the older guys for relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
Why? Because the guys have got more things in life.
They're already set up.
Yeah, but how come, like, unlike the Jewish community, you probably might find two 21-year-olds getting married, two 23-year-olds getting married. Not like that.
No, there's still an age. There's still a bit of an age gap.
Okay.
But it's not that big.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's all because they are all on the same page, because the Jewish community works according to men provides and the woman stays at home. But it's just that the kid is successful at a very young age. Do you see what I'm saying? So because you're being raised in a disciplined way. You're being raised to become productive. You're being raised to, if you're not a doctor, you failed, and the family looks at you like a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're being raised to achieve something. You're being raised with a purpose.
Yeah.
That's why they achieve their goals so early.
Yeah.
Okay. Should women be blamed for incel culture?
Not only to a certain degree. Like, I think the bigger blame goes to the delusion of thinking you can just get a woman just like that. Like,
where do you think that delusion came from?
Yeah, like from culture, innit? Or either from parents spoiling their children, or lack of male leadership, right? Being raised by the environment as opposed to the parents.
That's actually a really good question, because there's many sides to it. But the only reason why I won't put the blame on the women, on women, is because men are supposed to be the leaders, and if you don't know how to lead, then that relationship will never work. So that's the only reason. It's only because you're put on earth to be the leader, and if you don't know how to lead, then that relationship will go down the toilet. So that's the only reason why I'll put it on the men. But I can also see how feminism has almost armed women, you know what I'm saying, in every level, you know what I'm saying, to be unattractive to men, to be misandrists, you know, to hate men. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I can see what feminism has done to women, and I can see women choosing to operate under feminism, and I can see the impact that has had on men. But the final and ultimate blame, I can never put it on the women, because women are supposed to follow, men are supposed to lead.
Can a man who doesn't like how modern women behave be considered an incel?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so.
Nah, I wouldn't say so. What do you think?
Not really, because it's all about whether they're actively getting in a relationship or not, isn't it?
Exactly.
No. There's a difference between not liking how someone behaves, and you know, and I don't think no woman in the planet likes me. That's
a huge difference.
I think that's a huge difference. I think that like men who just really don't like how modern women behave and reject them, that's more the MGTOW thing. Just men going their own way,
exactly.
and just forgetting about women, not getting heated or like bitter about it.
Just stop dealing with women.
Stop dealing them because they're so difficult to deal with.
Yeah. And even the red pill, you could say they don't like the behavior of women. The fact that they acknowledge that women by the age of 25 have had like 25 bodies or whatever the amount is. They still deal with women, but they're not particularly incel. It's 50. So what red pill solution is to get ahead of the women and have more bodies than the women. That's their solution.
Yeah, and that's,
which is a loss.
Yeah, that doesn't help society.
Loss.
Yeah, but I think we need more men to tell women we don't like your behavior. I think we need more men in society to say, sorry, we don't like that behavior. So I'm not going to sign up to your OnlyFans. Sorry, I'm not going to like your stupid your stupid pictures. You're only sexualizing more young girls. I'm not going to promote your degenerate behavior on society. I'm not going to watch your corn videos. I'm not going to do any of that. If you come and meet me with miniskirts, I'm going to tell you to go home and put some, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This is men having standards. I think more men should be telling women what it is. Like, I don't like your behavior.
Why should they want you? The reason you're a sexless incel is because you're not a nice person. You're rude, you're abrasive, you have no real world skills, and you feel inferior, so you try and project that onto women, and you know that a woman wants a man she sees as above her, but you don't have anything that makes you above her, so the only way you can feel better about yourself is to belittle her, to lower her status, so that you can feel above her, and that will work temporarily, but it will never work on a long enough time frame. If you don't upgrade your character and become a man of genuine capability, the only choice you have to make a woman feel submissive to you is to belittle her as a person. How long can that possibly last? How real can that be? Especially if she's beautiful and all these other men out here are telling her how valuable she is. Sooner or later, she's going to leave for a man who respects her value, and she's going to get rid of you. And then you're going to wonder why you're sitting there heartbroken. All these men who are sexless incels deserve it. Yep. You completely and utterly deserve it, because as a man, you get to build your character. You're born with no value, and you get to decide who you want to be. And you could have been the most important man in the world. You could have trained hard and been strong and worked hard and been rich. You could have been charismatic. You could have had honor. You could have done the right things. And you decided not to do those things. You decided to sit on the internet and bitch and complain about women all day. And you wonder why you don't get any.
He doesn't let anyone have any excuses, does he? He's straight in. It's just like this.
At what point?
Why are we even doing this show? We could have just played that and missed that.
But question though, at what point? Just say a child grows up, a young boy grows up. He hasn't heard that information. Like, just say he's never been exposed to that information.
Well, this comes on to my next point, because I think like, sort of linked in with feminism, what you were saying before, but I think feminism and the way media and the matrix is set up has a massive thing to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. What if this is kind of like new kind of thinking now for men to think along these lines. So those kind of kids in the first video are almost like just plugged in. They're just matrix babies.
Yeah, they look like they're lost. Like,
let's put it this way: the system creates incels.
Yeah.
So the system is designed to create incels. It's designed to feminize men, and when you feminize men, you produce what? Incels. What he's talking about is the essence of what a man is. Yes, the system has made you into an incel, but you don't have to stay there. You still have autonomy. You still have the ability to think for yourself. You're not completely controlled. You can still make a choice to change your life and become a better man. And in a sense, that's what makes a man. It's that the training, the suffering, the making no excuses, you know what I'm saying, holding yourself accountable. That's what makes a man. So it's like, yes, you've been they've made you into an incel. Yes, the system has made you into an incel.
You could even say it like,
now come out of it.
It's up to you to come out.
Now it's almost like look at your inner, like that inner strength, that inner masculinity. Tap into your masculinity. Tap into your purpose.
Harness it,
and stop making excuses. You know what I mean? Because if you do, guess what? That makes you more of an incel. If you don't suffer and don't come out of this, that makes you more of an incel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to be a man is to suffer. Is to be a man is to work hard. To be a man is to be you know what I mean? Consistent. You have to be consistent and disciplined. And if you're not applying those, you know what I mean, those values into your life, how can you ever, you know what I mean, like become a man?
And that's probably why Andrew Tate became so popular. Those kids in the Matrix probably ain't heard that message. They've heard it from him, and it made so much sense. It's like a light bulb, and they've gravitated to Andrew, and he became popular. I feel like they have not been exposed to this information like enough.
The film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, you know.
Oh, wow.
It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does that mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the
reaction.
By
that time, you know, that as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, you know, magical super Nazi.
Wow.
That was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for her movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, you know, that if I had to be played by someone, I think it's Chris Wilde, is that he's a very good-looking man, and so that seems all right, you know. And then I said something like, I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me, and it was a joke.
It's like he's actually doing something about it, and he can get attacked for the problem itself.
I love
when
how
he's trying to fix it.
I love how you can insult someone without telling them that you're gonna assault them. Like the way Piers Morgan did it was so funny. Like he literally just insulted him, just there and then. And
Did
he was
he
like,
make him cry?
No, he didn't make him cry. What he would, because he digs deep into these topics. You see what I'm saying? That's why he wrote the book that he wrote.
Yeah,
he's trying to help men. Like one of his, it says, walk with your back straight, with your back straight. You know what I mean? He's realized that we are living in a world that's completely demoralized. People no longer have purpose. It's very nihilistic. I mean, guys, look it up what nihilistic means. Is when you think life has no meaning at all. So anything goes. You know, so you do every degenerate thing. You know what I mean? And so because you think there's no meaning to life, you're more the likelihood of you indulging in every degenerate thing that there is, just to satisfy that, you see what I'm saying? That's not just to scratch that, you know, that bit, because you want to find. Humans need meaning. They need purpose in life. And right now, most young men today, because they have a system that's trying to feminize them, they are killing all meaning. To life. You see, like going back to the Jewish, it's like from the moment they're born, they have a purpose, they have a meaning, they have a reason. They know who their God is. They know what they believe in. They follow. They know who they are. They follow their purpose. That's it. That's them. We are all living, despite of every race, white, it doesn't matter, black, whatever. Everyone that lives in the West are basically being put. They're all being indoctrinated with the same agenda, and this agenda is making them, apart from degenerate, it's making them live this existence, this meaningless existence, and it's creating incels.
What do you think the solution is?
We need to raise families again under a moral foundation, because children, men, women, need to be raised with a purpose, with meaning in life. They need to, you know, it's not just do as thy will. It's not just do whatever you feel. You know what I'm saying? Because all that's going to end up happening is, as long as you're happy, it's fine. All that's going to end up happening, they're going to indulge in every degeneracy that the culture promotes. And then they're going to end up in the wrong path. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, the solution is we need to raise families, under a moral foundation. You know, we need to be masculine again. But if we're talking about the solution for those guys today, in the situation that they're in, is, no one is obligated to like you. I mean, like, you don't chase women. Chase, better yourself as a man. You see what I'm saying? Understand what makes you. If women is your goal, then the last thing you need to be doing is chasing women. If women is your goal, then make yourself productive. Do you see what I'm saying? But women should never be your goal as a man. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't chase women. That's what I'll tell to all the incels out there. Don't chase women. Be masculine. Be a man. And make yourself productive. Create something for yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? And forget about and what's gonna end up happening. Your success, that the byproduct of that will bring women in.
Kobe, what do you think?
What the solution to the incels? You definitely need to learn how to sell. Do some sales training. You guys, you need to learn the 4 key selling points. You need to understand that selling is a way of life. We live in a sales matrix. You need to understand there's a science to selling. You don't just get things given to you. You have to go out and generate it and convert it into a sale, into a kill. So you need to learn how to find women and approach them, etc. Talk to them, socialize, all those kind of things, and and then shoot your shot. You need to understand that selling is an art, so you can turn it into a hobby. You can make it fun. You need to start smiling, get some personality, stop being depressed. So you need to remove yourself from the cycle, from that environment of guys that believe in that kind of thing, and find another environment of people who think more positively and productively. And the last point of the selling is, you need, the most important one is to sell yourself. So you need to believe that you can do these things, you can do better, and not have to believe. buy into the concept that you're alone and women are scarce and you're entitled, basically. So yeah, learn to sell and learn to lead as well. Learn leadership. Leadership in the sense of learn to lead yourself first. So as you learn to lead yourself first, you'll attract more people to follow you. You gain influence on your peers, your friend, and hopefully get friends, which eventually will lead to getting women as well. So leadership and sales, get into that.
That's good. It's almost like you need to believe in yourself. To sell yourself, you need to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
First.
Exactly. And what you're seeing is a lack of belief in these guys.
Yeah.
I'll just to add to that, learn the meaning of sacrifice. Learn the meaning of sacrifice, discipline. Learn those values. Those values will teach you great things about masculinity. Sacrifice and discipline and hard work. Learn to not like yourself too much, stop wanting people to like you. Stop doing that. It's okay if people don't like you. It's fine. They don't have to. If your friend doesn't have to like you, a woman doesn't have to like you.
Facts.
They don't have to like you, and it's okay. It's okay that people don't like you. It's all right. Learn to live with that reality. It's fine. People don't have to. You know what I mean?
Kill some of that pride.
What's your solution, bro?
I think the online kind of gaming matrix thing. I think some people can deal with it. They can deal with their everyday life and do it and jump in and out. But I think other people get trapped in. And it's like they're getting to a problem where they can't distinguish reality from what they're being told from this particular matrix that they're in. So a lot of it is getting unplugged from the matrix and getting hit with reality. And I think when that starts, there'll be certain things that will happen one after the other, which will include a lot of both what you're saying. So I think that's a good start. And like we said before, people have not really heard this Tate and Jordan Peterson kind of message before that is actually making men come out of being incels. So that with that in mind, it's a bit of education. When you break out of the matrix, you kind of have to get educated on these things. As you know, men are becoming more feminine and they are trying to feminize you with all these conveniences, as it were. Things are easy.
Do you know that the book that he the 12 rules, that book was he came under attack for that book.
Crazy.
No, under heavy attack, because I watched every interview. Why? Because a lot of men, basic masculinity. That book is all about masculinity. Even though he said no, but this is he said it's about becoming someone. It's about taking personal responsibility. It's about all of that.
He comes from a psychological standpoint.
But that was he was actually the driving force. That he started before you heard Andrew Tate and all of that. He was the one. He was the one that when he wrote that, he came under a lot of attack for what he wrote in that book, because a lot of men found purpose and meaning in that book.
Great.
And that's why they were all buying his books. That's why he became the bestseller. That's why he was giving lectures all over the world. And they're like, oh, why are you sure you're not just promoting this to making men angry and men to hate women and all of that. They start demonizing. That's the right term. That's what that anything to do with masculinity or improving the mentality of men, they hate that. Andrew Tate, for example.
It's because the same matrix that are trapping people are upset that they're making people break out of it.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was deep, man. Incels, man, wake up, man.
Yeah, wake up, incels. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. Solution Podcast. Salute, guys.